Hi everyone, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, here to do your weekly reading for the week beginning October 9th. Thanks so much for joining me. Sending out positive thoughts and wishes that for the safety of anyone who is having to deal with Hurricane Matthew. I was relieved when I saw one of my friends post on Facebook, she had been without power, that they were doing okay. So I'm going to do a modified Celtic cross. First card out's the Chariot and the King of Cups. Some of you may be getting a new car, traveling. For you, with the hurricane, you may be getting the hell out of Dodge. Do whatever you need to do to be safe, guys, okay? Well, you know what? I'm going to do I started doing it, so I'll just finish it up. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. Well, I'm just going to leave it. A full Celtic cross. Oh, lots of people. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck this week, and this is the foundation card, is the Page of Shields, which is the Page of Pentacles. And this is the knight that realizes that perseverance and hard work and planning without the need for immediate gratification, that there is payoff. Like this is the kid or the person that starts just putting $5 from every paycheck away or $10 from every paycheck away. And then at the end of the year is like, wow, you know, I saved $500. And it starts that understanding of patience and planning and long-term goals, and not just, you know, I need everything right now, I need instant gratification, and that things are a process and take time, but that it's okay to the sooner you start planning, the quicker it will pay off. If you never start, you're never going to see those gains. So don't be afraid to just start. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start anything, to go back to school, to start a new career, anything you really want in life. Don't get into the negative thought pattern that, oh, I'm too old, it's too late, it's going to be too hard, it's going to cost too much money. It's, those doubts in our mind. So that's kind of an underlying theme today. It's either things that you've been working hard on for a long time, that's coming into play, like you're starting to see some results, or you're in the thick of it, and maybe we do have the Ten of Wands over there, you're thinking, I don't know if I can keep going. So persevere. This page knows how to persevere. In the Anna Kay Tarot, I love how they depict this card. I'm trying to see, where is that deck? They depict it as, I guess I don't need to pull it out because there are 78 cards. Oh, look at that. It was the third card. As a fishing. And I love this depiction because it's so perfect. Like, yeah, every once in a while you go fishing and you cast out and you get a fish. Actually, that's kind of how I fish, and it pisses all the guys off that I'm with, because I'm just like, I don't really care about fishing, and I throw out a line and I catch something. But anyone who fishes a lot, you know that you have to be patient. You have to get up early sometimes. You have to paddle or drive or go to a remote spot where there aren't a lot of people around. You know, you have to wait for the right time of day. There's there's a lot of planning and patience that goes into it. But if you can do that, if you can persevere, um, he gets the fish, he gets the reward. It pays off. I can't believe how fast I put my hands on that. Okay, so in the past, we have the Eight of Shields. So this is just telling me that a lot of you have actually really been doing a good job working on your spirituality, working on finding joy and those things in life that really center you and ground you, and you're really present when you're doing them. So you've been practicing mindfulness and patience. Really, it's kind of a confirmation of the page to this really grounded energy of just trying to stay calm and balanced. All those catchwords, but they're true. It's like what your spiritual practice is paying off. It is helping to keep you calm when things around you are not so calm. It's helping to keep you from just uh, the from holding on to stress and negativity, and you're able to find joy even when things might seem kind of stressful. So whatever you guys are doing is paying off. Persevere, keep doing it. So let's go to the focus card here. We have the Chariot. Again, someone could be getting a new car, traveling. So these could be people fleeing the hurricane, like I said. It's kind of the major arcana of the Seven of Wands, which is the Victory card. It's sort of taking charge and moving forward, but that's sort of the key behind it. Instead of reacting, this goes back to kind of what I was saying about this, and instead of reacting to every little thing that happens and getting overwhelmed and stressed and worried, this card is about saying, okay, where do I want to go? Where do I want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, in my whole life? What is important to me? Where do I want to go? What do I want to be? How do I want to act and present myself and be as I journey through this life? And so it's the instead of life living you and you just sort of reacting to things that are happening around you, it's you making plans. And back to this card, putting those plans into place, really figuring out what you want for the long term, even if it seems really far away, and taking purposeful action to make that happen in your life, as opposed to just, like what do you call those things? Pinball, like a ball in a pinball machine, just bouncing back and forth with feeling like you have real no control over where the direction of your life is headed. This Chariot card is like, take the reins and steer your actions and your behaviors and how your intentions, where you want them to go, because you are in control of yourself in your own life. I'm using my favorite tarot cards here that I've had for a really long time. This is like my deck. Like I have a relationship with this deck. They're like a child or something. The Arthurian Legend Tarot. So crossing the Chariot is the King of Cups. This is sort of telling me, this is the emotionally mature king. This is telling me we're really starting to get control over our behavior and our actions, and understanding that we are in control of our behavior, and getting mad and getting angry and letting our emotions drive our actions. So again, we're reacting instead of acting. This king has gotten a hold of those, especially in the positive light of this king. He is not he doesn't get angry. He doesn't blame other people or threaten or bully. He's not like this just ticking time bomb of emotions. Like, he's just not one of those guys you have to tiptoe around, because he knows he controls his emotion. He feels them, he recognizes them, he understands them, he honors them, but he is in control. He takes action, not reaction. The negative of this card is he reacts to everything. He gets angry, he gets mad, he gets sad. Oh, woe is me, I'm the victim. Everything ever happens to me. So just a real energy this week of accountability and responsibility for how we carry ourselves in the world. And that brings confidence and success, because we are in control of ourselves. And if you spend time paying attention and worrying about your behavior and how, and just understanding that you can only control yourself. So make sure you're controlling your behavior. You can do it. And instead of trying to control other people by threatening and bullying and yelling and getting angry or sulking and all that other stuff. And if you're around someone that has the negative qualities of that king, get the hell away from them. Life is too short for that. What we want most, what's crowning us, is justice, fairness. You can't force someone else to be just or fair, at least because it's all perspective, first of all. You can't control other people. That's sort of the theme, but you can control yourself. So by making sure you are acting in a responsible, respectful, ethical manner, that's all you can do with good intentions. That's the best way you can bring about justice coming to you in your life. Does it always work out? No, you can't control someone else. You can't control, if this guy was in reverse, you can't control him. But you don't have to stoop to his level. So stay above board, take action instead of reacting to things. Coming up is the Queen of Wands. And I love her in this deck because you can see there's choppy seas around her, but she is standing on that deck. She's just holding on, and she's looking dead ahead. She's not getting thrown off and worried because of the stormy seas going on, or I don't know, well, they're sort of stormy because of the stormy seas behind her. She kind of like the Chariot, like she could be in the Chariot card, like she knows where she's going, and she's going to get there through sheer will and determination. And nothing's going to deter her from her course, whatever course you guys, whatever, it's like something's clicking for us this week for some of us. And we're like, it's time. It's time to move. It's time to go. It's time to take action this week and make what we want in our life to happen, to make it happen. And so this is, we have him, who we're in control, we're responsible human adults, and out of our sheer will, motivation, inspiration, energy, perseverance, we're going to make that happen. These are two nice energies together, because this guy is like the planning and the understanding that it's a process, and she is the energy that won't give up, even if it's taking longer than you want it to. So how other people are seeing us, they're seeing us, this Chariot change is a thought. The swords are thoughts. So this is like thoughtful planning and action. And the Knight is changed. So our mind, something's clicked, and we're like, not anymore. It just takes that one little shift in our thinking. Like, I'm never going to allow that. I'm never going to put myself in that situation again. I'm never going to, I've learned that lesson, and I've learned the lesson and I'm not ever going to go back and relearn it because I got it. And it's like something so visceral that it will never happen again. Sometimes I can get knee jerked the other way where, um, I'm never going to trust a man again, or I'm never going to, it's like, okay, it can be almost taken to an extreme, but in a lot of ways, it's usually a very healthy thing. Like to not be relearning the same lesson over and over again because you just don't get it. It's like you finally made the change, made the shift, changed your perception, changed your perspective, changed your thought patterns, that you've set yourself again on a new course that you're not going to go back there. So it's a really nice card in this position. It's funny, other people's view of things and their influences around you is the Four of Cups. So some of you may be around someone that's really bringing you down. It could be in work, relationships, friendships. It could be anywhere. And you're just like, I don't want to be depressed and sad. I can't remember who it was. It was some talk show. It might have been Dr. Phil or someone that said you can always tell, I keep saying, sorry, a depressed person because you leave them and you're kind of depressed and it's sad. It's like, I don't want to be like that. So surround yourself with positive people and don't allow other people's, I mean, you can be a good friend without being, you don't have to immerse yourself in other people's sadness, depression, because this isn't like um necessarily like there's anything like they just lost someone or something where it's obviously people are grieving and it's understandable. This is more like, I don't know, I have a job and I have food and I have family and friends and shelter and but I'm just not happy. It's kind of like a lack of appreciation. Hopes and fears is that I think this is a confidence thing. Like, yes, I'm going for it, the chariot. What if it's too much? What if I get overburdened? What if I've bitten off more than I can chew? Understandable. Don't take on too much. You don't have to do everything all at once. Maybe break it up in some to more digestible parts. That's what this page will do. He'll set out a plan and he'll be like, "Okay, by here let's do this much and by this date let's try to or this date range, give yourself a range too. I want to be here with this part of what I'm aiming to do. So say you're interested in getting stronger. Well, don't all of a sudden sign up for boot camp 2-hour class because you're going to be burned out instantly and overwhelmed and be like, okay, this is too hard. I can't do this. You're going to be instantly discouraged. Say, I'm going to start with, or you want to do yoga. I'm going to start with just, a very basic stretching yoga. And then I'm going to move up slowly as I get more confidence and get into shape and learn the poses. Then I'll do some more strenuous yoga. And eventually I want to be able to do some power yoga. Allow that process to happen. And we end with another court card, the Queen of Swords. And she gets a bad rap. I think she's usually my mom's actually an air sign. One of my best friends is an air sign. I really like them. There's no bullshit. There's no beating around the bush. But that doesn't mean they're harsh. They just don't. I think they would think it was dishonest if they sugarcoated stuff so much, like the person doesn't even get the message. People who do that, you're like, just what are you saying? I don't even know what you're talking about. Just spit it out. So, but they are actually very articulate and truthful and honest, and they don't tend to play games, and I appreciate that. So, I feel like by the end of this week, we're going to be feeling her energy. We're going to be authentic forthright, clear on our thoughts and where we're going and what we want to do. And we're going to be able to stand alone in them. It doesn't mean we're going to be alone, but we're going to be able to stand alone in where we're going, what we want to do, what we feel is right for us without any need to justify or explain ourselves to anyone. We're going to be sitting in confidence because we are in charge of our life and going forward with a plan and not letting life live us. So that was a longer weekly reading than I usually do. Thanks for hanging in here if you're still watching. And I hope you have a really lovely week. Thanks for watching. Bye.